I don't want to call Beyonce a bad person. What I will say is that she is a victim turned victimizer. And that's very, very, very common in the music industry. Very drummer. And the drummer was very specific in her case that she used witchcraft.
Sasha Fierce or Beyonce, who's the real victim?
Free Beyonce. She a prisoner.
Now, you had said that you felt that Beyonce was a prisoner. Because I always heard their relationship was put together.
The numerous scandals that have dogged Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage over the years is hardly surprising. So, what's changed now? Well, Beyonce has finally made the decision to end her years of suffering, and she is no longer following Jay-Z's orders, the leader of the Illuminati and a close buddy of Sean Diddy Combs. Take a look. We knew something wasn't right between Jay-Z and Beyonce when Queen Bee's sister Solange and her husband, rapper and producer Jay-Z, got into an intense fight inside an elevator not too long ago.
The first person I saw was B, and Beyonce was like, yo, let me holler at you. And I'm like,
Beyonce said, let me holler at you?
Yeah. So I was like, yo, so I went over there and hollered, and she was like, yo, yeah, and she was just telling me like they rock with me.
That.
Okay. They rock with me, and they, like they didn't know what that. And I really didn't even think when I was saying it,
these
like,
are real people that you're talking about.
Yeah, I just didn't really connect to it like that. You know what I mean? And you say a lot of things, and punchline-y style is just to say something to be catchy and metaphoric and catch up. But I didn't, see the deeper side of it. And Beyonce, I ain't gonna share the exact conversation, but she showed me, told me like, this is people, like, you know what I mean? Saying something like that could personally hurt her and that kind of.
So I had days that I devoted to. On Wednesdays, I took off from work, and that was Solange's day. And she was a lot younger than Beyonce. And it was tough because she was 5 years older, and Beyonce was this little superstar in our city. And so I took them to counseling very early so that the counselor could help Beyonce be more sensitive to Solange, because she couldn't stand her for a minute. When they were little, she was 5, she was all in her stuff, she was trying to hang around her and her friends, and Beyonce was really irritated. But it made her more sensitive to who her sister was and what she had to deal with because of her.
So, the question that remains here is, who wouldn't step in to protect their husband from being physically assaulted in front of the entire industry, after all? That is to say, women who are tired of being with control freaks.
Number one, I always acknowledge that I'm 22 years old and that I'm going to make mistakes as everybody else does, and I'm going to live to a certain extent of normalcy. And I learned how to sort of, embrace my mistakes, laugh about them, and keep it moving. But as far as the constant attention on there, I think that the main key is just to be really comfortable with who you are first and really learn yourself. And I think that until you feel like there's some sort of chastising on you that is true, the other things really don't matter. Unless you feel maybe some of it is true. But it really doesn't bother me at all.
And although this may sound extreme, even Jay-Z hinted that he and Beyonce first met when she was 16, but they didn't start dating until she was 18 in a 2007 interview with Charlie Rose. At 28, Jay-Z was, of course, a lot older than Beyonce at the time.
I would not be the woman I am if I did not go home to that man. And it just gives me such a foundation. And
how has he helped you?
On so many levels. We were friends first for a year and a half before we went on any date on the phone for a year and a half. And that foundation is so important in a relationship. And just to have someone that you just like, is so important, and someone that is honest.
And how long were you and Jay-Z together before you got married?
Oh gosh, listen to me. I'm about to start yapping.
Yeah.
We've been together a long time. It's been about 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
7 years. But it does feel different, doesn't it?
Feels great.
I really love it. So 7 years, and was it something that y'all talked about, or you just all of a sudden decided, let's do it?
I mean, it's different for everyone. I was really young. I'm only 27. So I was really young, and I feel like it's important for women and men to have their goals in their own life before they can complete someone else. So, we took our time.
As a result, with Beyonce's short history of romantic relationships and Jay-Z's awareness of it all and his best efforts to manipulate it, it is only natural that many people claim that there was a power imbalance in their relationship from the very beginning. As for Jay-Z and Solange, rumors have it that they are still at disagreements since Solange is still not welcomed into the family, presumably because she is the only one who understands how toxic Jay-Z is for Beyonce. Additionally, it's thought that Solange and other industry insiders have been pressuring Beyonce to confront the reality of her troubled marriage to the rapper, with close friends like Kanye West expressing how Beyonce is under the control of higher-ups, primarily Jay-Z and other figures like Diddy and T.D. Jackson.
You think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house right now? My kids go to Sierra Canyon. It's a Jewish school that doesn't teach Christianity to these Christian kids. At Christmas time, they're teaching Kwanzaa to black kids. They say, hey, this is your Christmas. This is all indoctrination. This is all mind control. You gotta understand, like I don't believe I'm putting myself at risk because I think God uses me for a time like this. He put me in this situation and had y'all follow me from George Bush Don't Care to Beyonce Had the Best Video to now. For some reason, y'all are interested. You trying to say, why is your belt buckle? Y'all shoulders looking like y'all are interested for some reason. And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
They can't scare you, they can't control you, they try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
you see,
you.
It ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody, so let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are.
That said, it is also quite common to know that Jay-Z's relationship with Beyonce has now been damaged due to his previous infidelity, which has created friction in the family dynamic, particularly with Beyonce's sister Solange. Currently, Solange thinks Jay-Z controlled and manipulated Beyonce to make her into his ideal spouse. Obviously, Queen Bee has also finally seen the light, and fans couldn't be happier. Also, let's not overlook the fact that Solange's concerns about Jay-Z are justified in light of the most recent allegations made against him, which include the claim that he has long used drugs to manipulate Beyonce, that even the entire industry agrees with, given Jay-Z being close friends with Diddy, who is basically the industry dealer. Not to mention, it's hardly shocking that there are rumors that Jay-Z introduced Beyonce to drugs given Hollywood's history of substance abuse. Additionally, it's feasible that Jay-Z may have this kind of influence over Beyonce given his past history of drug selling. Also, let's face it, at parties in Hollywood, drugs are notorious for being passed around like candy. We have heard Gene Deal disclose, for example, that Diddy, who is also close to Jay-Z, throws lavish parties where celebrities, especially A-listers like Beyonce and Jay-Z, are not immune to the allure of drugs. So it's not impossible that Beyonce's drug use was influenced by Jay-Z in an attempt to maintain control over her. Not to forget, according to Kanye West, Solange, Jaguar Wright, and even Wendy Williams, there have been long-running rumors about Beyonce's suspicious pregnancy with the rapper. And these claims, which highlight the details of their relationship, even with their enormous wealth and popularity as a Hollywood power couple, confirm those rumors.
I was reading the National Enquirer yesterday, and I ran across this article about Jay-Z and Beyonce that's responding to the surrogate rumors. Did she have a baby? Is the baby hers? Is the baby her baby, but somebody else had it? Did she adopt? That whole bit. So everybody in the world had been talking prior to her giving birth about this crunching baby bump and being suspicious. Remember the crunching baby bump story? And being suspicious about, the nature of her pregnancy, including ABC's Katie Couric, The Talk, Entertainment Tonight, Inside Edition. But I was shocked at what Beyonce said in the article as I kept reading along, because they brought my name up. And I'm just like, are you serious? No, we do Hot Topics. I like the attention. However, I just want you to know that me and Hot Topics team waited. We delayed doing this story until we said, well, wow, this crunching baby bump is really getting a lot of, steam behind it. Let's make a skit. Remember, you guys, and we rehearsed it the day before? Suzanne, we brought you and Charlotte, who's still on maternity, out with your baby bumps. Yeah. Originally, we were going to have you sit on toilets, then we said that wasn't tasteful. You remember? John Anderson, you pushed the toilets out, and then we brought them back. Anyway, look. So I'm reading the article, nobody else's name is brought up. Then I run across what the couple found most, excuse me, it's in the Enquirer. You gotta show the cover for legal reasons. And here's the article. Okay, what the couple found most difficult to deal with, says another source, was the fact that some of the rumors were being perpetuated by people they considered friends, like talk show host Wendy Williams. Well, first of all, you're not a credible source. Because if you were, then you would know, I've never partied with them. I've never been to their house. I don't swim in their pool. Like, we're not friends. I'm a pop culture pundit and commentator, right? That's what you call it. Pop culture woman. And I talk about people and what they're doing when they're celebrities, like you. So we're not friends, but I do like you and I respect both of their grinds, and I certainly am happy for the baby, but there's more. On the Gab Fest, I love that term. Wendy had two of her staff members, Suzanne, that would be you, and Charla, yes, who were pregnant. P.S. Suzanne is due in February. Give a live demonstration to see if anything strange occurred when with their baby bumps when they took a seat. The stunt left Beyonce angered beyond belief. That means she watches. I'll give you a little history with our relationship. No, really. I like these people. I respect their grind. Welcome to the world, baby. Beyonce, you and I have met a couple of times at radio stations, and that's it. Jay-Z, you remember, we go so far back that you used to do free parties for me over in Brooklyn. I remember Foxy Brown took the stage one time, and you were over in the corner working on your lyrics. So that's how far back we go. And now look at you now. You're married, you're rich, you're successful. Welcome to the world, Baby Blue.
More importantly, the inside of Jay-Z and Beyonce's marriage paints a different picture, as many of their fans now know about, even though they lead a lavish lifestyle, are highly regarded, and have a combined net worth in billions. See, some reports claim that Beyonce is totally under Jay-Z's supervision and lacks individuality. Recent revelations, including those from a former bodyguard for Queen Bee, suggest that their marriage is more of a business partnership meant to attain financial success than a real union founded on love. And even 50 Cent agrees. So, what more proof do you even need, right?
Beyonce. And I'm assuming because somebody was paying her to pump Beyonce up so Beyonce could blow up. Because the truth is, that first Beyonce solo record was a mess. It was. That Jam on Your Horn shit from the Austin Powers movie, that shit was a mess. It was too many horns. It wasn't properly arranged. She was yelling and screaming, trying to sound like Tina Turner, but sounding like a frustrated man with a high-pitched voice. It was a mess, and y'all know it. That's why they brought Rich Harrison in to do Crazy Right Now. And then that's when Jay-Z entered it. And ever since she been with Jay-Z, she's been doing great. Sean Carter is amazing at knowing how to put talent together. When he put Kanye and Beyonce together, it was the smartest thing that ever happened for her career. And in my opinion, Kanye is the best producer she ever had. Nobody knows her voice like Kanye knows her voice. Why they're still not making music together, I don't know. I can't speak on that. What I can speak on is that the Migos will never be able to provide the same quality or level of production as Kanye.
It also confirms the notion that their marriage is just for show, even though countless fans who have been guessing about their relationship for a long won't be shocked by this discovery. Why? Well, because they are still the most powerful duo in Hollywood, invited and praised almost everywhere, and haven't broken up despite Jay-Z's infidelity. That's right.
Well, it's my soulmate, it's the person I love, you know. And you can be in love with someone. You can love someone and and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications, period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And, you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, you know, to break that cycle. For Black men and women, you know, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
Then again, Beyonce's recent choice to finally speak up for herself has strengthened the idea that their marriage serves more practical interests than passionate love, even though Jay-Z could find it difficult to convince certain people of the sincerity of their love. Interestingly, Jaguar Wright, who is well known for stirring up controversy with her frank opinions of celebrities, also voiced similar sentiments.
Kim Porter was working on a book before she died, and Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life, and then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker. It seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit motherfucking game with people that you love, that you like, you know, there's too many coincidences.
Too many. You
honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too.
Mm.
And congratulations, young man.
And if there's one thing we know about her, is that she is not one to speak without facts. So let's just take a moment to reflect on this. She has revealed a great deal about Beyonce and Jay-Z's troubled marriage over the years, all without facing legal repercussions. This suggests that either she is telling the truth or she has powerful allies on her side. So, whether you believe Jaguar or not, her record speaks volumes at this point. Because of how directly relevant her most recent charges are to Beyonce and Jay-Z, it's also hard to rule out the possibility that there might be more truth to her statements than first appears. That's all for today. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.